that the more spiritual a person is, and the more he looks into doing things that he knows is right to do, the more power he has. And I believe that in the whole movement towards a better health movement, or a better movement towards making people well who are sick, which is totally against what the medical people are doing nowadays. But I believe that the more people work towards right things, the more power they have. And because if they're really doing what they know is right, they aren't going to have any guilt. They're buried in everybody's mind somewhere. If he's doing wrong, if he's fleecing people of their money, if he's causing people to die, somewhere deep inside there he knows that he's doing wrong. And if he knows that, he loses more power as time goes on. And I think that that's happening on earth today. Now, I think that as those drug companies cause more and more deaths, and as the FDA causes more and more deaths and more people, that they are slowly losing their power, and not nearly as fast as we'd like, but they are losing their power. And I think that the alternate medicine movement is slowly gaining power, and the people in it are becoming more powerful.
One of the facts of American life these days is that many prescription drugs are now household names.
Both doctors and the public want to reach for the newest prescription drug.
You can't sit down to TV at night and not see a half a dozen drug company commercials.
Millions of Americans watch the ads and then ask their doctors for prescriptions.
The reason we're seeing so much consumer advertising is because it works.
They do it by telling people, ask your doctor.
They can sell us almost anything.
The companies that make up the pharmaceutical industry are among the largest corporations in the world. In 2004, their combined global sales were over $500 billion, with Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson leading the pack. Together, these businesses have come to be known as Big Pharma. In the U.S., the core of Big Pharma's immense profits is from sales of prescription medication. And since these drugs can only be prescribed by medical professionals, most of the industry's promotional and marketing activities are directed at doctors, pharmacists, and other healthcare providers. The companies of Big Pharma hope these campaigns will lead to new prescriptions for their brands. In recent years, Big Pharma has pushed its way into the traditional doctor-patient relationship and found a new way to increase sales by targeting patients directly and independently, largely through television advertising.
Do you know about the purple pill called Nexium?
I know.
I know.
You should know about it too.
Between 1996 and 2004, industry spending on direct-to-consumer advertising, or DTC, rose over 500%. Now, even before walking into their doctor's offices, patients have already been exposed to millions of dollars worth of persuasive advertising that encourages them to ask their doctor how a particular brand of drug might help them.
Ask your doctor about adding Plavix.
Ask your doctor if Zelnorm is right for you.
Ask your doctor if a free sample of Viagra is right for you.
I asked my doctor about Lipitor. Have you?
In this new landscape, the most vital question for American consumers is this: How might the influence of one of the most powerful for-profit industries in the world affect the way we think about our health and well-being? Based on the sheer number of drug ads on television, it would be natural to assume that the industry is constantly creating new and improved drugs. But we might also ask, are these new drugs really more effective than those already on the market?
When the drug companies test their drugs and submit their evidence to the FDA to get approval, they don't have to compare the new drugs with old drugs to treat the same condition. They just have to compare their new drugs with a placebo, a sugar pill, which means that all they are really showing is that the new drug is better than nothing.
Due to lax government regulation, prescription drugs end up flooding the market. A powerful example of this new market saturation is the exploding number of allergy medications.
Allergies used to take the fun out of games. Now, I'm cleared and clear.
The most successful new drug in this class was Claritin, a blockbuster that earned more than $3 billion in its best year. Other companies strongly push their own prescription antihistamines in order to garner a piece of this lucrative allergy market.
This is Dr. Vince Belanzi. Let's talk a little bit about the big pharmaceutical companies, commonly called Big Pharma. I think there's been a lot more evidence coming out that they're not to be trusted. That's pretty evident. In fact, fewer and fewer people are trusting the big pharmaceutical companies. But one thing I want to talk about is how you're influenced by them. They've studied very well how to market to you.